Hello everyone, it's Jogi Murti again, and I'm floating here from Matosinhos back downtown to Porto. Just wondering what would be the idea for this part of the video. I think what I want to choose is talking about what it means to be here in Portugal. Why Portugal, and what have I experienced as I was how was I received versus how was I received in other places, etc. So, first of all, Portugal is really amazing. I do love it. They have a lot of stuff going on, whatever freaking issues with, you know, the exodus of the young people, and they can't get it together. Their government, like most governments, has issues with just playing it straight, and for that reason, like, they're fighting about silly stuff like who gets to build a desalination plant and where, even though they know that there's no way around it. So one of the main preoccupations about being here in Portugal is this level of chaos. There's a lot of something that I call felt, like when you have dreadlocks, it's kind of dirty. I mean, not all the time, but there are certain pieces of dirt that you can't get out of your hair, and the reason why that is the case is because it's all super duper stuck. So here you can see that these historic buildings and these narrow streets and all the individuality and the laissez-faire attitude and the indifference and kind of like, the aspect of, it's funny how Portugal became so successful with like non-measures, okay? So all of a sudden they decriminalized stuff and they just allowed things, and it's funny how they created like an economic advantage for themselves by not doing something directly, but simply permitting like that other people do stuff that normally would be like not permitted. So instead of actually taking active measures like the Chileans, they would just simply allow stuff, and that would be the Portuguese way of making a difference for themselves economically. And it ties back, if you think about it, with the history of Portugal too, because of how they developed this economy, right? With the spice routes and all that stuff, and all of a sudden there was abundance, and then all of a sudden it was gone, and all of a sudden they were a powerful, huge colonial force, and then they couldn't do that anymore because, anyway. So now I'm noticing what I need to create for these shots is more space. I can really do well, but only if I have enough space. This is a lot of multitasking that I'm doing here. Lots of people are not really happy about this. So yeah, why Portugal? It's clear that, of course, they would leave us medicine people alone a bit more than in many other places. This surely is a big advantage. Then there is the big thing about it being climatically kind of agreeable and still have water. That's amazing. I mean, now part of it is also not gonna do so well anymore, and I'm actually looking at countries where they will just technologically work with whatever we are being served by the future. Oh, these little kids, I love it. When we are cruising here, I don't know if you can see it, no you can't. All these little dogs and little people. See? Yeah. They're so tiny. I'm always scared that while I'm rolling here that I might, roll over them or whatever. But of course I'm not gonna do that. I feel that I need a technologically more advanced place, because surely everything will come under pressure, and the only way that we can deal with any of these pressures would be by just technologically working with it. I love technology as it's not very difficult to see. So I'm gonna head to Valencia pretty soon. Gonna check that out. I'm gonna stay there. Already booked the Airbnb just to see what is the difference, because that's a really well-planned, designed city and not this historic felt. Now you can see it here, or more or less you can see it. But you see, when things become congested in a body or in a system, in a city, in whatever place, and there is no like broad arteries and veins and stuff, right? Then you get a heart attack and you get metabolism that gets stuck, creates cancer when a cell can't breathe and it shits itself to mutation. But the same happens on a whole different level here. You can see it with the homelessness crisis, you can see it with other crises when a system becomes dysfunctional. That's just not the way that I want to be stuck. I had a lot of nightmares about being stuck and like weird stuff like the air turning into honey and so on, and just people who are not like very mobile, you know, like they're just standing here, you know, they're in the way of really important signals coming through, right? So whenever that happens, I get kind of frustrated because not everything can move at my speed. And that sounds pretty arrogant, but whatever. I'm gonna leave now this beach promenade and be up here where I can actually make speed. Ah, yes, space. So I'm gonna go to Valencia to see what is that space all about. Yeah, gonna see that. I love going at speed. Is going to be a better spot for me. But Portugal has a ton of good stuff going for it, and all I have to do is kind of like be okay with never going to be okay with it. Like, this is so annoying. There's not even any bike trails. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe it. Like, I don't know what they're doing with their money. Like, they're making so much money. It's crazy. Like, their youth can't find a place to stay, and the salaries are like 800, and their rent is like 1,000 or something. Something really wild has happened here. I'm gonna just jump off the curb. And a lot of money is just rolling in, so I don't know what's happening with that money, because they could definitely do stuff with it. I hope they will. I don't know, maybe they're just hiding it. Maybe they just took over some of the... Anyway, I'm not gonna say it, not in this shot, but yeah, so I will end the shot in a moment. Just want to make it all the way out to that lighthouse, because that means I have covered the entire distance from the fort of Matosinhos all the way to the lighthouse here. I don't know the names of these districts yet. Wow, I really have to prepare these shots a little bit better than that. Yep, I'm gonna make a script. I'm gonna be so impeccable going forward. Today was a day of testing out new equipment and seeing how I would perform under pressure. Because of course, all these fucking people, I mean, all these wonderful people are kind of like, yeah, looking, and that's just creating psychological pressure, I feel. Okay, no, we can't reach it. Because I have to drive through the sand. And also gotta plan those routes a little bit better. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. And I'll be, yeah, making more of them as I go along. Hey, peace out. Joago Jogimorti here.